Hello everyone, welcome to Sparkle Season. Today we're going to create a great little fishing game for kids using polymer clay and washers, which you should find in a toolbox. So the materials we need: polymer clay in whatever colors you want, magnetic washers, you can test them with a magnet, a stick and a piece of string, and then a strong magnet. So in the first step, we're going to roll the polymer clay into fish or sea creature shapes. So if you're doing this project with your kids, you can get your kids to create little shapes. They can make fish, starfish, an octopus, and even something fun like a boot or a coin. So once you roll out your little shapes, you can make as many as you want. We're going to take the little washer and place it on the fish or the sea creature. So you can bake these inside the polymer clay. However, it doesn't have as strong of a magnetic hold, so I'm just going to put them on the outside. And to make the game easier, you can put the magnetic washer on either side. So make as many little shapes as you want. I made a tadpole, a starfish, some like a fossil rock, a gold coin. And then as an optional step, you can roll a clay worm, which we can use as fish bait. So for step 3, we're going to bake the clay as per instructions. Polymer clay may have different instructions depending on your brand. In my case, I baked it for 20 minutes at 130 degrees Celsius. So while these were baking, I decided to make my fishing rod. So you're going to take a stick. You can just find a stick in the yard or buy a little wood one if you want. And then you're going to tie string onto the stick to make the rod. So tie a knot. But then what you can do is use hot glue along the edge at the top and then just roll it and reinforce that string so it sticks with the hot glue. So once you take out your clay shapes and wait till they cool, if you're going to use a worm as fish bait, you can glue the magnet onto the worm and then tie a knot around the worm. But if you don't want to use a worm, you can just tie the string around a larger magnet. I like using the worm because when we play the game, it has more weight to it, so it kind of feels like you actually are catching a fish. So I've glued the magnet onto the worm, and then I'm going to tie the little string around it and make a couple knots so it stays firm. So once you do this, we can test out the game, and your kids will just hover the little fishing rod over whatever fish they want to catch, and you can see it pulls it up just like that. And because we have that weight on the worm, it's a bit heavier, so it's really fun. It kind of bounces up and kind of feels like you're actually catching a fish. So this is a really fun game to play. You can store this game in a tin, or for example, I have this little mason jar which I can throw all the fish in. If your kids are a bit older and you trust them with glass, of course, you could always spray paint part of that blue to make it look like the ocean. Alternatively, you can use a little plastic container or a cardboard box or something like that. So my stick was small enough that I could fit all of it into the mason jar and then seal it up. And that's a fun little game to have on the go as well. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe if you want more fun arts and crafts ideas, and I'll see you all in my next video.